Hey everyone, Irina Bakelis here. I just wanted to quickly come in after my workout to talk about something that I've been talking a lot this week with my current couples, and that is anger. So, in our culture, anger is something that is not a good thing. It's something that we get scared of. It activates a lot of stuff inside us, especially if we grew up without anger, if we grew up, in a family that suppressed emotions and or didn't talk about their emotions, right? And there was no this kind of higher energy, higher intensity like anger. And so when we see that with our partner, uh, it's scary, it's threatening, it feels like we want to move away from it. But what I do with anger in emotional focused couples therapy sessions that I do with my couples is we try to rethink anger and try to understand what is underneath anger, because anger is uh, is a secondary emotion, is a very intense emotion, is a cover emotion usually um, for something else, right? So a lot of times when one person gets really big and really angry and tries to attack, right? Physically, not physically, sorry, emotional, we're talking about here, right? There is no couples counseling at all. If there is any, physical violence, if there are any active and ongoing affairs, abuse, addictions, right? Fights, physical fights, and things like that. But here I'm talking about just the kind of the emotional anger and frustrations. So um, when one partner gets so big and hot and angry, what I'm thinking about as a therapist, and I'm trying to challenge my, the other partner, the receiving partner, think about is what's happening for my partner right now, that he or she is getting so hot and so big. And we usually reframe anger with passion. I usually tell couples things like, look at all the passion, right? Look at all the passion that your partner has for you. There is something moving through him right now, that you're so important to him, that he cares so much about you, that he gets so intense, he gets so big, his presence gets so big, and he's probably scared about losing you. He's probably scared about you thinking he's not a good person. And then that reframe really helps to access empathy inside the receiving partner. It helps to slow things down, and it really helps to unpack things and understand that, wow, like when I get so scared, when my nervous system feels threatened, I tend to attack. I tend to blame. I tend to externalize. But the bigger my attack and the bigger my anger is, actually, the bigger my fear on the inside. And if we can talk about those fears a lot of times first outside of the moment, then we can really transform the cycle, the relationship cycle, and feel much more connected and understood. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for listening. If you would like to apply this to your life, you can start journaling about it. You can start noticing what happens to you when your heart is uncomfortable. Do you get big and angry? And then what's really happening underneath? What are you scared of? What are you threatened about? And then you can start talking about that to your partner if that feels safe to you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.